Hey everyone! Welcome back to another commentary. Today we'll be going over the recent balance changes to the game, as well as the recent update to the game, and Extreme Gear Supersonic. So, there was supposed to be a commentary that came out last weekend that would go over the balance changes in the update, but I was having issues with my recordings, so that commentary wasn't able to happen. Luckily I was able to get it fixed, so now in this commentary we'll be going over all of that. So this will be a bit of a longer commentary than usual. So anyways, we'll start with the balance changes. So this was a two-part balance patch, which released part 1 at the start of the movie marathon event and part 2 at the end of the movie marathon event. So we'll start with part 1. So Thunder Drive and Voltic Discharge on Neo Metal Sonic got their durations reduced, which is good. So now Voltic Discharge doesn't cover as much distance as it used to with the mini boost since it's shorter. And Thunder Drive is a shorter boost, which is good. And they also adjusted the upgrade path for Thunder Drive, so now instead of only getting 1 duration increase upgrade on level 2 and 2 damage increase upgrades, now he gets 3 duration increase upgrades. So if you want max duration, you have to get level 14 now, which is good. Having max duration on level 2 was stupid. And also the max duration of the boost is now 4 pulses instead of 5. Which is good, because each pulse is like 1.5 seconds. So now, instead of the boost being 6 seconds on max level, it's 4.5 seconds. Which is a good nerf. I think they did a solid job here. It definitely takes Neo Metal out of being a super overpowered character. He's still powerful, but he's much more tolerable to race against. Then next we have Ring Portal getting its speed and duration increased. Why? Then we have Fearless Strike getting its damage, speed, and duration increased. Why? Then we have EMP Boost getting its speed increased, which is actually good, especially for like Chrono Silver, because Chrono Silver was like the worst character in the game. So now with this speed increase upgrade, as well as the duration increase upgrade it got a couple balance patches ago, I think, now the boost is pretty good for clutch boosting, so Chrono can at least do that now, which is good. And then we have Twin Tail Boost getting its speed increased. Why? So if you can't tell, this part of the balance patch was mainly just focused on buffing movie characters for this movie marathon event to make it more enticing for people to invest. Because, let's be honest, who was really going to invest in this event much, other than like new players who weren't playing in the past couple months? Because for the past like 6 months, they've been recapping the Sonic movie marathon event like at least once a month, and it's been really annoying because this event is really long. But hey, at least out of this part 1, we at least got a good Neo nerf and a good EMP boost buff. Otherwise, everything else was completely unnecessary and honestly should be reverted. But it is what it is. Hopefully Movie Knuckles will get reverted though, because he is really annoying to go against now. Then now we'll move into part 2. So first up we have Electric Rush and Slipstream Whirlwind getting their mini boost speed increased. Why? I don't think that was necessary at all. They could have buffed literally anything else other than the mini boost speed on these two, and it would have been a better buff than this. Because now with this buff, both Extreme Gear Sonic and Extreme Gear Shadow are very prominent in the current meta. And it's mostly Extreme Gear Shadow because of the Electric Trail, but Extreme Gear Sonic's also really good in this meta. Because now they can run away from people quite well because their mini boost is spammable and it's got good speed now. It's not as fast as Slipstream Whirlwind originally was back in August of last year when he released, but it's still pretty fast for a mini boost. I think they should probably revert it completely and buff something else about them. If I was buffing the Extreme Gear characters, what I would have done is for Extreme Gear Shadow, I wouldn't have buffed anything because he was already a good character to begin with and didn't need any buffs. And for Extreme Gear Sonic, I would have just given Slipstream Whirlwind the same X2 pickup as Dark Blast from Werehog, and maybe given Pit Stop a speed increase instead of the mini boost getting a speed increase. Because giving the mini boost a speed increase was a bad idea. But we'll just have to hope that they revert that change. Then next we have Blue Tornado getting its damage increased, which is fine. Then we have Sir Lamrak getting some buffs, with Spinning Slash getting a speed and damage increase, and Twin Blades getting a damage and duration increase, which is good for Lamrak. Lamrak was pretty underwhelming because his damage was so bad when he released. So him getting damage increases and speed and duration increases on his respective items were good. Then next we have Electro Boost getting its speed increased, which is fine. It's good for the Electro Boost characters to help them keep up with the current meta, because the current meta is all about mini boosts and long boosts, but mostly mini boosts because of the Extreme Gear characters, Movie Super Shadow. So yeah, it's good for the Electro Boost characters to help them keep up. Then we'll circle back to this Wall of Cards buff here, but then we have Base Rush getting its duration reduced, which is fine. Base's Blaze was still really good, so the duration reduction is fine. Then next we have Dancing Blade getting its speed reduced, which is good, but I didn't notice much of a difference when I watched gameplay of someone that had a high level Blossom Amy. And if they want to make a significant change on Blossom Amy, they should probably change the level 12 upgrade to not make the mini boost longer, because this one upgrade is what's making Blossom Amy really powerful. So if they could just change this level 12 upgrade to like another increased chance of 2 or something instead, or a damage increase, that would probably be better than just increasing the duration of the mini boost. Then we have Firecracker getting its damage reduced, which is fine. I personally didn't really have a problem with Firecracker's damage. My problem with Firecracker was the insta hitbox on the item that gives you no time to react before getting hit, frame 1. Like if it spawned on top of you, it'll just immediately hit you and you'll have no time to react. So I think they should have probably fixed that instead of reducing the damage. But if they really wanted to nerf the dragon characters, they probably should have nerfed their boosts, because their boosts are the main overpowered thing about them. And then now we'll circle back to the Fortune Teller Amy changes. So we have Wall of Cards getting a damage and duration increase, which is not necessary. Wall of Cards was already a great trap. And it also has an insta hitbox, just like Firecracker, so if anything, they should have removed the insta hitbox on that. And then Fortune Boost got a duration reduction. And both of these changes are to do with a change they made in the update, where they changed Fortune Teller Amy's upgrade path. So now Fortune Teller Amy gets 2 projectile upgrades at level 4 and level 16, 2 trap upgrades at level 8 and level 12, and 4 boost upgrades at level 2, 6, 10, and 14. So to make up for the extra boost upgrade, they reduced the duration of the boost, and to make up for the 1 less trap upgrade, they buffed the trap. So Fortune Teller Amy is basically the same as she was before, but I still think the Wall of Cards getting a buff was unnecessary. She could have done without the last upgrade. And then the other notable change I wanted to talk about in this update was they finally fixed the bug on Movie Super Shadow's Chaos Blast and Neo Metal Sonic's Thunder Drive, which allowed them to hit through shields, which is great because that was really annoying. Voltic Discharge still hits through shields though, so watch out for this one, but they at least fixed it on Thunder Drive and Chaos Blast, so that's good. So that's about everything for the update and the balance changes. So now we'll go over Extreme Gear Supersonic. So Extreme Gear Supersonic's the newest super character that joined the game, and it's pretty interesting that they chose him as the next Extreme Gear character. I would have thought that they would have done like Extreme Gear Tails or Extreme Gear Knuckles or even Extreme Gear Amy, but they went with Supersonic. And he's a challenger for some reason. I don't know why he's a challenger, because challengers have sort of always been like villains or rivals. Well, sort of, if we're not counting like Red and like Burning Blaze. And like, I guess also all the skins and Extreme Gear Shadow. But for some reason, Extreme Gear Supersonic's a challenger, so I guess it's just what they wanted to do with him. So anyways, Extreme Gear Slam is an AoE item where you will jump up into the air and be briefly invincible, and then you'll slam down doing an AoE, and it'll do a lot of damage, knocking the person you hit out of their lane, and it does a lot of damage. But it's a pretty situational item because it only really works if someone's close to you. But it also can work as a combo with his new trap, Blue Tornado Blast. Blue Tornado Blast is an auto mine similar to like Wind Turbine, but this time it spawns like a normal auto mine. Instead of having an insta spawn, it has that animation where it drops behind him if he's in first, rather than just immediately spawning like it does with Wind Turbine or stalking Onibi. And this time, instead of just slowing people down like Wind Turbine, this time it pushes people backwards, which is an interesting mechanic. It's pretty cool, and you can like combine it with the Extreme Gear Slam. So after you push someone backwards, you can slam them to do even more damage, since they'll be getting bounced backwards, and it'll make them vulnerable to a slam. That's if they get close enough. So far on this character, the trap seems like the best thing about him, since the trap is really annoying, because it pushes you backwards, and it's an auto mine, so you gotta be careful when you're going fast, because it spawns in front of people if the Extreme Gear Supersonic that's using it's not in first. Extreme Gear Slam is good, but really situational, because it only really works if people are close to you. So he's a pretty interesting super because he lacks a projectile, unlike all the other supers, except for Movie Super Shadow, because Movie Super Shadow has a freaking mini boost. Thank goodness they didn't give Extreme Gear Slam a mini boost, because when I first saw this item and the icon, it's literally like the same type of icon as Chaos Blast, and I was like, oh gosh, they're giving him a mini boost. But thankfully, it's not a mini boost, because supers should not have mini boosts in any scenario. But as far as him compared to the other supers, he's definitely one of the worst ones in terms of like win factor, mainly because of the fact that he can't destroy Badniks as well as the other supers, similar to like Super Shadow. And similar to Super Shadow, he's mainly relying on like trap spam, because like Super Shadow mainly works if he can either get in the lead and use Storm Clouds, or spam the crap out of Lightning to keep people from getting away from him too quickly. So with Extreme Gear Supersonic, it's sort of the same type of thing, where you're basically spamming Blue Tornado Blast to try and not let people get away from you too fast, so you can use Extreme Gear Slam. It's an interesting playstyle. I think it's pretty cool. I also saw an idea in the Hardlight server. I don't remember who made it, but they were saying that when he slams down with Extreme Gear Slam, maybe he should have a projectile that shoots forward. Like, it could be similar to like Rockstar Rouge or Idle Shadow, where after the AoE, it shoots like a 3-lane projectile that doesn't go through walls, which would help him like destroy Badniks and hit people in front of him without having to fully rely on Blue Tornado Blast. But overall, he's pretty average for a super, so nothing too crazy. But anyways, let's do some races. Hopefully these races won't be too bad, since it's the beginning of the season. Okay, we've got a Sonic and a Sir Galahad. Let's see how this one goes. And this character is also pretty buggy right now, because he has quite a few bugs on release. So if you use Extreme Gear Slam during your super form, you'll lose invincibility during your super form, so that means people could hit you out of your super form, which is really weird, and it's kind of funny. Then he's also got a bug where if you immediately slam down after using Extreme Gear Slam, he'll get stuck in his super form transformation pose, which is really funny. So yeah, those are like the big notable bugs that I can think of off the top of my head. I think there's like a couple other bugs with him. But hopefully all these bugs will get fixed in the next update. Alright, next race. That was a pretty good first race. Let's see how this next one goes. Okay, we've got a Movie Knuckles here. I've got to watch out for Fearless Strikes now, because with the buffs Movie Knuckles got, now Movie Knuckles can snipe with both Fearless Strike and Spear Trap. So you've really got to watch out when you're against a Movie Knuckles, because both of his items are now super long ranged. And his boost is also faster now too, so he can clutch you pretty well too. So let's see how this goes. I've mainly got to focus on Ring Collection, since Ring Collection is a bit harder with Extreme Gear Supersonic than it is with other supers. I'm behind Movie Knuckles right now, so he can't hit me, which is good. So I'm just going to focus on getting rings. Okay, got him with Extreme Gear Slam. Should be in good shape to win this one. Alright. Easy win. Extreme Gear Supersonic's pretty fun. I think the playstyle's pretty interesting for a super. To have like an AoE item that doesn't give a mini boost, because Movie Super Shadow has that and it's stupid. And a trap that pushes people backwards, which is a really cool mechanic that I thought would have been introduced to the game sooner. Oh, we've got an Extreme Gear Shadow here. Extreme Gear Supersonic can quite struggle against the other Extreme Gear characters because of their mini boost buff. So now, basically, you have to try and gatekeep them with Blue Tornado Blast and hope that you can hit them, because if you're not directly behind them, then you won't be able to hit them, because your auto mine targets the person directly in front of you. Okay, I got him with Blue Tornado Blast. That's good. Let's just watch out. Okay, I got him again. That's good. I think Extreme Gear Supersonic will be pretty good on high level, like most supers. Because most supers get good at high level. Because, you know, supers, they have the whole ring mechanic with their super forms, so the more rings you start with, the better you'll be. Because the less you'll fall behind at the start of the match. Okay, that was an easy win. Oh yeah, also, missed opportunity. They should have had him ride the Extreme Gear during super form, like he does in the actual Riders games, because Extreme Gear Supersonic is actually in the Riders games. He's like an unlockable, if I remember correctly. So yeah, they should have had him during his super form riding the Extreme Gear rather than just carrying it. Just something that I thought would have been cooler than him carrying it. Okay, I think I'll do 2 more races. So let's see how these last 2 go. Okay, we've got Movie Super Shadow level 12, okay. And Extreme Gear Sonic. Not a very good matchup for me because both of them have mini boosts. And it's going to be hard to gatekeep multiple mini boost characters. Well, Movie Super Shadow kind of helped with that. He already hit Extreme Gear Sonic. So now I've got to try and hit Movie Super Shadow with Blue Tornado Blast. Don't know if I'll be able to, really, because Movie Super Shadow isn't confined to one lane when he's mini boosting like the Extreme Gears. So he's going to be moving around a lot to avoid my auto mines. Maybe I can get him on this section? No. I think Movie Super Shadow's just 1 here. Not really much I can do against Movie Super Shadow, because Movie Super Shadow's the best super by far still. Yeah, he just wins. Oh, the Chaos Emeralds didn't appear. That's a funny animation bug. Alright, well, we at least got second. Not much you can do against Movie Super Shadow. Movie Super Shadow sort of destroys every other super in this game. Best super in the game by far. Because of mini boost. Okay, and we'll do 1 more. Let's see how this last race goes. Okay, Surge, Extreme Gear Shadow, and Baby Sonic. Okay, 2 mini boosters. Not the best for me. Oh, Extreme Gear Shadow disconnected. That's actually pretty good for me. So now I've just got to try. I got Baby Sonic. I've got to hit the Surge. Okay, got him with Blue Tornado Blast. Now I've just got to focus on collecting rings now. And hope I don't get hit by Surge. I should be good, because I'm in first and I've gotten to 100 rings. Okay, we got the win. Nice. Alright, we ended off with a win. That's good. Alright, well, that'll do it for this commentary. Hope you guys enjoyed. Overall, the balance changes, both parts 1 and 2, were okay. There was quite a bit of unnecessary changes in those patches, but we at least got a good Neo Metal Sonic nerf out of it. And Extreme Gear Supersonic is just average for a super. I think its playstyle is pretty interesting though. See you guys in the next commentary.